Jacksonville Jaguars fans, welcome into Duval Daily, presented by GenJag.com. I'm Jordan DeLugo. Thank you so much for being here Wednesday, July 2nd. Shout out to my boy, Alex. Happy birthday if you are watching this one. Look, Jaguars training camp starts this month. Obviously, you can tell back at the home studio here. Had a really nice vacation. Appreciate y'all tuning in to those vacation episodes. But happy to be back. Feels good to be back at home in the studio and talking some Jags football. Right now, we're going to talk about a list of players that I think are legitimate, like X factors for the Jaguars in 2025. Big seasons ahead for these players. And if they play to their potential, they could have a really, really strong positive impact on the Jaguars in 2025. And if they don't quite live up to their potential, they are playing at spots that could potentially be underwhelming and be big negatives for the Jaguars. So it's an interesting list. I'm excited to get into it. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe if you have not already. Really helps us out a ton. Appreciate y'all being here again. So getting into these X factors, I think obviously the biggest X factor is what you get from Travis Hunter. Because if he plays the way his talent and work ethic suggests he can on both sides of the ball, I mean, that's like the biggest X factor in the league that's not playing the quarterback position, right? And no, I don't have Trevor Lawrence as an X factor because I think he's shown that, in good situations, he's going to get the job done, right? So to me, Travis Hunter, can he really play wide receiver and corner at the NFL level? And can he do it well as a rookie? If he can, I mean, legitimately, the sky is the limit, because you're talking about, if that's the case, you're talking about having two legitimate high-end wide receiver talents out there, plus some good other options. And then you're talking about having two legitimate high-end outside cornerback talents, Travis Hunter, Tyson Campbell. Also having Jordan Lewis in the slot. So honestly, man, like if Travis Hunter can be good at both of those spots as a rookie, obviously there's going to be bumps in the road, highs and lows. But if he can just be good at both of those spots as a rookie, that's going to massively change the trajectory of the Jaguars from what you saw last year. Because you saw last year, obviously Tyson Campbell dealing with injuries himself, but if you have a healthy Tyson Campbell and Travis Hunter, you've taken your out, and Jordan Lewis in the slot, you've taken your cornerback group and changed it from a group that really struggled last year, one of the worst in the league, quite frankly, to potentially a top 10 unit. And at wide receiver, you entered last season not having anything, or entered last draft, I guess I should say, not having anything remotely looking like a wide receiver one. And now you could potentially have two guys that look the part of a wide receiver one and play the part of a wide receiver one level talent on the field in Brian Thomas Jr. and Travis Hunter. That's just incredible. So yeah, he's a huge X factor. And if he struggles on one side of the ball, or it's not working out the way you want it to with getting so many reps, whatever it may be, that's also going to potentially be a huge swing in the other direction for the Jaguars, figuring out how they have to pivot their plan with such a unique talent. I think interior defensive line is a massive X factor, because the interior of the defensive line is vastly, hugely important in the NFL. For this team, it will be. I think they're going to be tasked with getting upfield more than they were last year. I think that's going to be a much bigger part of what's going on with this defensive game plan week to week. But, Eric Armstead was playing edge last year, was coming off the knee injury. Things didn't look great. When he did line up on the interior, which was not nearly enough, his numbers were actually solid, right? Penetrating. Mason Smith. We all know he wasn't on the field enough last year. When he was on the field late in the season, he was making impact plays in the backfield when given the opportunity. And then, obviously, you've got Devon Hamilton. If he can be the healthy Devon Hamilton that he was before his abscess happened in 2023, again, I mean, that could be a really good group. If Eric Armstead is getting a little over the hill, if Mason Smith can't find any consistency, if Devon Hamilton can't get back, right, to his pre-health scare form, then you could be looking at a group that leaves a lot to be desired. So that's huge. I think Travis Etienne's a big X factor. Yes, there are other options at running back, but when you just look at how effective Travis Etienne was in 2022 and 2023 as a playmaker, as a pass catcher out of the backfield, if he can be anything close to that for a Liam Cohen offense in a contract year, I mean, that could really help open things up for everybody else, because Travis Etienne at his best is explosive, instant acceleration. He's slippery. He's hard to tackle. He's somebody that can force missed tackles. He's somebody that can catch the ball out of the backfield. So he can just do a lot for you and be a high usage guy, right? He really has that ability. You look at, in 2023, he had 267 rushing attempts, and as a receiver out of the backfield, he had 58 catches. I mean, he had over 300 touches, and he was effective, right? So if you can get back to that, which, again, I think that there was a lack of confidence organizationally last year. I think that Travis Etienne was battling through different injuries and things throughout the year, and playing through it, and it didn't look the best. I think Travis Etienne has a real chance to be an X factor for the Jaguars. And you could probably say that about the running back room in general. If Tank Bigsby can hold on to the ball, if Bashal Tutin can hold on to the ball, right? Those are guys that can make game-changing plays. Another guy who has the ability to make game-changing plays, who we've talked about a little bit, or a lot really, is Devin Lloyd. And he's also going into a contract year. And Devin Lloyd, big-time run defender, length, athleticism. He has playmaking ability and coverage. We've seen that throughout his collegiate career. We saw it early in his NFL career with the Jaguars. If he can play to his best and eliminate some of the mental mistakes that you've seen over the last few years, I mean, we've talked about it. PFF has the Jaguars linebacker group as a top 6 unit in the entire league at linebacker. If Devin Lloyd can play the way he's capable of playing, that can absolutely be true. I think Caleb Ransaw could be a pretty big X factor. A, can he win a starting safety job as the second pick for the Jaguars in the 2025 NFL draft? And B, if he can, does his long speed, his explosiveness, his length, his ability to not miss tackles, can all those things come together and create a good young safety, right? To pair with Eric Murray. If you can get that out of him, that's huge. Absolutely huge. Final one, and pretty big one. Anton Harrison. I think he's got to be in the starting lineup. I've said that many times. But the Jaguars, they want him to want it. They want him to go out there and earn it and be more consistent every single day. They talk about how they view him as a long-time starter in the NFL, somebody who can start 17 games year in and year out for them and play important games in the playoffs. But they want him to go earn it. They're making him battle with Chuma Edoga on the right side. And he's got to find it in him to be as consistent as he can. And if he does that, I think Anton Harrison has the physical ability and the talent to be a top-tier pass protector in this league and somebody who can make a positive impact in the run game. But he's got to find it. Got to find it. Really appreciate y'all tuning in. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe. Y'all have a good one.